Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and today we are driving the brand new Land Rover Defender 2020 edition, the D240 first edition. Fantastic car. And yeah, it's not going to be like a car review or anything. I haven't really done car reviews before, and because I've only got this for a few hours I can't really give you my final verdict on the car, but I will give you a first impressions. We'll go for a drive and we'll see what features are included. But overall, just driving here to where we are at the moment, National Trust, just outside of Solihull, it's been a great drive, very pleasurable. So without further ado, let's get in and see what it's all about. So here we are then, the brand new Defender. I've been following this car since the pre-release photos of people spotting it outside the factory in Coventry and Gaydon, and I've been following it ever since. As you know, one of my most viewed, well, almost one of my most viewed videos on this channel is an actual pre-release video of this when I went to the dealership for the launch party. But as you can see, absolutely stunning car. Love it in this colour with privacy windows and the side storage box. Hasn't got the full off-road pack because it doesn't have the roof rack and the side roof steps. But as you can see, still a very incredible car. And it's the Defender First Edition. Very, very nice car. Very, very good to drive. Air suspension, as you know, which had divided opinions when it first came out. But to be honest, I prefer the air suspension, especially over rough terrain. I haven't really gone mad with it this morning just because it's not my car, so I've got it for the next couple of hours, but can't really take it off-roading anywhere because it is not mine. And yeah, so let's get on the road and let's take a look inside. Lovely luxury leather seats, Defender badging over there, and a lovely suede wrapped dash handle which goes all the way round. We come over here, we've got buttons here and buttons down here which are off at the moment, but if I press the ignition they all come into life, and same goes for the steering wheel. I've already demoed this in my previous video on the Defender, but again, a lovely touchscreen display and yet another display here. Also down here you'll see that underneath here there is some cup holders. There's some sockets down here, cigarette lighter, USB, USB-C, and the best part is in here it comes with its own mini fridge, so you can cool your drinks while you're out and about. When you come over to the door, you've got blind spot warning lights in the mirror. Also down here, you've also got a button down here which illuminates, which also carries through to the back. I've never actually seen it on the rear doors of a vehicle before, so that is very, very cool. Over here we've got the gear selector, standard gear selector, and if you move it to the left you've got sport mode. All the controls here for the suspension, the fan speed, the differential, the decline, and all the other buttons there. I'm not going to go into full detail about this today. I'll probably come back out and do another video on it very, very soon. Another cool feature is this mirror. At the moment it's just a standard mirror, and if you've got people in the back they're probably going to block your view. So the Land Rover have thought about that, and you just flick the switch and it goes to a camera which is mounted on the roof at the back. Lovely sunroof there with the controls there. Let's hop out and take a look at the rest of the vehicle. Door handles are all the way down here, I keep forgetting where they are. Obviously a warning because the ignition is on. If we walk round, lovely, lovely vehicle. We pop open the back here. Big heavy doors. It's one thing I like about the new Defender, big heavy doors. In here you've got the controls for lowering the suspension or raising it, depending on how you want to load your stuff into the rear. You've also got a full plug socket here, so if you wanted to bring your Xbox with you on a day out, you definitely can. Up here we've got the moon lights, safari lights, people call them different things. If you look at the front you can see me in the mirror, but the camera is mounted up there. So I think that's enough talking for now. Let's get on the road and go for a bit of a drive. One thing you'll notice about this car is that it picks up speed very quickly. You'd think being a heavy car it would be quite slow, but no, it's actually very quick, and I like the engine noise that you get from it. It's got some feedback, as you can see. Fantastic car. I'm not going to go too crazy. There's a 40 mile an hour speed limit now, dropping down to 30, but a fantastic car, lovely car to drive. As I said, air suspension, super smooth. As you can see, we're going over some manhole covers here, drain covers, and it's not really taking much notice to them. You do feel a little bit of a movement, but nothing too major. The old Defender there, P38. My dad's got a P38 and he loves them. He's had P38s for years, various different models, but now we're into 50. As I said, I'm not going to go too crazy in it. It's not my car, but a fantastic car nonetheless. So before we go on any further, let me just show you what the back is like in here. As I said, blind spot monitors there, all the plug sockets you can need for USBs. Up here you've got another USB, and here I believe that is for the seat fixing for the TVs. As you can see, you've got the view from the roof through these windows here, and yeah, it looks very comfy. Lovely leather seating, a couple more cup holders in the middle. As I say, it's not going to be really a car review, it's just going to be first impressions, but it's a fantastic car. It feels very different to drive than any other Land Rover product, and I really like that about it. As you can see, first edition on the side plates as well. You sit very high up as well. I've got the key here. This is what the key looks like. And you've got another USB there. And keyless entry, of course. So let's get on the road and continue driving. I do apologise if I do look a bit gross. It is incredibly hot today. Could have the AC on, but it's going to interrupt the audio. We're just going to go into Warwick right now to go get some Starbucks. But overall, this is a very capable car. I really do enjoy driving it. As I said, I've been following it since pre-production, actually, when the prototypes were out on the road. I'm a really big fan of this car. And instant power delivery as well, steering super light, loads of cool technology as well, and yeah, it's definitely a step up from my Jaguar. Definitely after seeing one on the showroom back when it launched, it's definitely feels good to be behind the wheel of one and actually be able to test drive one. I would like to go a bit further in the car and maybe take it back towards home. That's going to be into my day quite a bit, so we're just going to drive to Warwick, Probably won't go as far as Coventry. I wanted to take you guys to Coventry just so you can see where these cars are made and maybe get some cool photos outside the factory, but I'm not sure if I will have enough time. We've stuck behind a tractor for quite a bit of time back there. It's very, very cool to drive, very nice, it feels very smooth. The steering wheel is very steady, very light. Air suspension, as I keep saying, you know, going over potholes and going over drain covers, you really don't feel it that much, and that's because of the dampening from the air suspension. But it's definitely, it all depends on where you sit. If you prefer springs, you're probably not going to like air suspension. If you like air suspension, you're probably not going to like springs. I like both, but I think air suspension was the right decision for this one, and especially when people were speculating before it came out that it's going to have air suspension. It all depends on what side of the fence you sit on. I like it. Well, I do apologise if it is a bit of a rough video today. I didn't really have my camera equipment with me. I do have a gimbal coming for when I shoot on my phone. It will help stabilise the video. That should be arriving today. But I do apologise if it is a bit of a rough video. Here we go, national speed limit onto a dual carriageway. Silky smooth. Love the engine noise that it gives you when you put your foot down. It is a big car, but as I said, you get used to it very, very quickly. When you first get in, you notice how big the mirrors are, but as you drive it, you know, I've been driving it for about an hour now, and you get used to it. The mirrors don't seem that big anymore, the car doesn't seem as wide. I'm not going to go through the full specs of this vehicle. I did a quick video on it at the dealership at a launch party, and hopefully I'll be able to drive another one very, very soon. Very nice cars, been following them for a long, long time, and it feels great to really be behind the wheel of one. So while we're sat here in traffic, what's your opinion on the new Defender? Leave your comments down below. I love it, I really do. I was never really a big fan of the old Defender. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments in the description in the box down below, but that's just the way it was. I don't really like the old Defender, but I like this Defender. I like what they've done with it. They put a modern twist on it. Mercedes G-Wagon, that's been around for ages. It's still kept the sort of same body shape, but they've done tweaks to it and made it more and more updated. Whereas this, they've gone for a whole new body style. Back in 2016, when they said that the Defender had ceased production, I know that upset a lot of people. And then, lo and behold, around about 2019, we started hearing rumours that this car was coming out. People were spotting a Defender type vehicle around the factory, and out came all the photos of it in its camo wrap. So we pulled over at Sainsbury's, the Land Rover Free, and I'm going to give you a quick tour around the outside once again, and let's take a look at it. Meridian sound system. To come around the back, got the side storage box, the spare wheel on the back. So what's my own personal opinion on the Land Rover Defender? Of course, as I said at the start of the video, I'm not going to do a full review on the car because I haven't got enough time to get to know the car and really live with it on a daily basis. But I will say this, it gets a lot of attention, and a lot of good attention. You'll hear about a lot of cars from certain manufacturers will get bad attention because they're not the original car. They're just remakes which have been remodeled. Whereas this, especially driving around here, has been a lot of Defenders, I will say that. And not the new types, the older versions, and mostly farmers. But they all do appreciate this new car. You'll get the occasional hand up, you'll get the thumb up, you know, even people on the roadside, you know, are looking, are taking pictures. It's a fantastic car. It's done what it set out to be, which is be a modern version of the Defender, bringing it to the 21st century with more rugged materials, so when you're going off-road, it'll be ideal. And yeah, I really think that Jaguar Land Rover did a fantastic job with this car. There's not one thing that I can think about which I would change from just purely driving this car. I'm just going to open the door because it is incredibly hot in here. So that being said, I don't think anything could have been done any more better on this car. I think it is a fantastic car. It's usable, it's durable, it's going to be fantastic for off-roading. As I said, I can't really take it off-roading because it's not my car. but it is a fantastic car to drive, especially around the towns, especially around the cities. It's nice and comfortable, nice and light on the steering, light on the throttle. It's really responsive, and yeah, with potholes, definitely defeats the potholes. But yeah, so I've handed the keys back on the Defender, and I'm back in my Jag. Just look at it sat there. Just looks so cool. Really nice as well, really nicely spec'd. I'm sat right next to it and I'm missing it already. It was a fantastic car to drive, really did enjoy it. I want to say a big thank you to Land Rover and Lister Solihull for lending me the car. But it's a fantastic car. And I'm just sat here, staring at it. Haven't even left yet. So that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As I said, it's going to be a bit of a rough video today, and it was, from what I can see from recordings, it's all a bit all over the place, and I do apologise. Trying to find places to pull over and do videos, and it gets a lot of attention wherever you go, and people love taking pictures of it. Fantastic car, and I want to thank Jaguar Land Rover for lending it me for this morning. It's been a fantastic drive, been a fantastic journey. As I said, can't really review the car because I haven't had it long enough. If I had it for a day or so, I'd probably consider doing a review, but I think it's a bit unfair to do a review if I've only had the car for a couple of hours. But this is my initial look at the car. As I said at the start of the video, one of my most viewed videos on this channel is me going to a launch event for this car. So being behind the wheel has been a fantastic experience, and yeah, thank you for coming along for the journey, and I'll see you all in my next video.